from then on.
But Whirlwind was really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's setting up for that Wild Pyro, and I'd imagine Redwall's just gonna trade. Like,
the light protects me.
Well, after what I just saw, there's no way I'm not trading. Maybe that's what Lock Shadow wants him to do.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want him to not trade, but
well, what I'm saying is
he still has a clear, so yeah. It'd be better if your opponent went face, because then you'd have Armor Smiths, but this way it's still pretty good. Like, all right, Emperor Thorson tells me this is certainly some form of Worgen build, whether it has Grim Patrons or not.
Redwall is in a really tough spot after that clear. He needed a board to utilize. Instead, his options are Life Tap Evaluate or Dark Iron Dwarf Go.
So many possibilities.
I'm okay with either one of those, really. I mean, the fact that you have Doomguard leads you to life tap less, I'd say, but I like the action sounds.
Whew. That was a good draw. Turns out Fiery War X on turn 5 is still okay. That Forbidden Ritual looks miserable right now.
Do it.
You're just staring down a Wild Pyromancer.
Do it. God, what a soul read it would be to just say, he doesn't have it. And just press Forbidden Ritual.
Gosh, I really hope it happens. I really do.
Honestly, like,
I mean, now what does he do?
Kind of like the ritual.
I think I do too, actually.
I think the ritual is actually good.
I mean, at the very worst, the Wild Pyromancer is killing itself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this way you're like relegating yourself to defeat, I think. You're just saying, all right, axe my guy. Dang.
Well, that's not a very strong play.
Oh.
Well, I mean, 2 executes. That's the worst draw in Lock Shadow's deck right now, I think.
Yeah, this is not locked up, surprisingly.
Frothing Berserker connect for 5 and execute.
Do you ever go? I wonder if you ever go double face there and execute.
That's exactly what I'm wondering too.
Like, it sets up lethal, whereas this doesn't. I mean, now it's got to be ritual for 7.
Well, you can't execute your own minion, yeah.
Yeah, you ritual for 7 and literally just pray. Like,
I think he's going to tap for Doomguard.
I just don't like that at all.
I don't like it either. I just think
it's
that's
not
what
a
he's
winning play at all.
He could also... No, he can't do that. He can't Defender of Argus. I'm just saying what we've seen here from Redwall so far is like...
I mean, look. If your opponent has a Whirlwind effect, they have literal lethal. Like, it's lethal no matter what you do. So why would you ever tap here? If your opponent has a spell, they go face with Pyro, they play the spell, and the Whirlwind buffs the Frothing so that they win.
Yeah.
Like, you should every time go for that ritual for 7. I feel like Redwall didn't really put himself in that game enough. I think he just kind of relegated himself to defeat and thought, I'm just dead. I don't know.
I think I liked the ritual on turn 5.
That
was his best chance to win. I mean, like, look again. If let's say Lock Shadow did have a spell there, the worst that happens is you get connected for 3. If they have Frothing Berserker, they play it and they play a spell and your board gets whirlwinded away. That's like the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is your opponent doesn't have a spell, and suddenly you can take the board.
The only way I really like him tapping in those situations is if maybe his deck has Mortal Coil. So you can always be searching for like Dark Peddler into Coil, but that has to be, the odds of that are less likely than your opponent simply not having a Whirlwind or a spell, which is where the difference comes in. So Lock Shadow just has to win with Rogue.
He's facing down the bot lane duo on turn 1. the attack, and the support. The 80's been picked off.
Yeah, great job supporting Voidwalker. Jeez.
Here comes the jungler. Who knows what he's gonna bring?
He started to tax the lane.
I mean, it's possessed villager here. Wow, that is bold.
What?
Redwall is looking for the big guns here. I mean, Lockshadow's gonna have to fan of knives next turn.
All right, the ADC went AFK, so jungler's just taking over.
The second jungler showed up.
It's a double jungle game.
He's got the combo. I mean, like, he's looking to end the game next turn.
Next turn.
See, here's what's funny to me is that this game he's going for like the really high risk, high reward play. Last game he didn't do that. Maybe that's something he like literally thought about in the transition from last game to this game, was like, man, why didn't I play that Forbidden Ritual? What if he just didn't have a spell?
Lockshadow's just not attacking into this Voidwalker, which surprises me. Like, you've got... Oh, okay, never mind. He has a Dark Iron Skulk. I just didn't see that in his hand.
I was like, why would he attack with the...
Well, I was looking at the double Fan of Knives, and like the Dark Iron Skulker just hit himself between those. I don't see this card see much play, man.
Just hiding in the bushes. A dwarf with a giant beard and a poisoned blade the size of his body.
Hey, there's a reason